Match of the day, round 18, last home and away game for the season, is about to get underway as the umpire holds the ball aloft, moves to the circle and now puts it in the air. We're underway with the big fellow there in Purvis. Doesn't get the tap down. Scown in and under early. Puts, in fact, it's not Scown, it's Derek Fitzsimmons on the ball early on with Rowe in there also and Alan Alford. So good players in the middle. And Djokovic got a touch on the footy, a kick off the ground for Anakie. The ball goes out pretty wide as I think Chris Fry's lost sight of it then because he was waiting for somebody else to come and get the footy, but finally picked up Michael Rowe. Has a bounce just outside 50, a lovely skimming pass. That's no, not a mark, not a free kick either. Troy Elzinga taking the ground in the marking contest, but now it's Brad Scown at ground level. Can't pick it up, and coming through there is Carter for Anakie, and a lovely skimming pass has found Collins. Oh, gee, if that wasn't a mark, it's probably out in the full, wouldn't you think? Anyway, it's thrown in by the boundary umpire. Habib doing the ruck work there. Picked up there for North Geelong by Shane Manning. It's in the hot spot ahead of the full forward position. Coming through, it's interesting. Habib starting in the forward half. I would have thought maybe he might have been at the other end of the ground. So that's the first surprise for us as the ball's kicked for Anakie back to the middle of the ground. Oh, there's a high tackle by Chris Barnett. Umpire has agreed. And free kick has gone to Rowan Markham of the Anakie Club. 1.5 minutes gone, no score as yet.
Ball's pushed forward and it's come back with a spoil to the centre of the ground. A kick off the ground again by Markham, who's folded the ball up. Swinnerson comes towards the ball, picks up handball, is smothered again. Markham doing some great work. Alford cleans up though nicely, goes over the top to Djokovic. Kicks the ball towards half forward. Into this contest now, it's knocked forward. Purvis picks up the ball. He goes by hand to Berg. Berg's out wide on the wing and short passes up and finds Collins, who plays on, is tackled from behind by Nolan. The ball's hitting the ground. Nolan's worked hard to pick up the ball again. Feeds back towards the centre. Alford picks up, running the wrong way, but screws the ball back towards the centre. And we've got in front there the Anakie player. I'm not too sure who that was, and it's on the ground now. It's been kicked around. Picked up and cleaned up by Alford again, who comes out by hand. Gets the ball to Reece Norris. Norris goes forward quickly looking for Smith over the top of his head. In line for the ball there is Habib running back towards it. Still on his left foot. Gets the ball back towards the point of the square. It's a nice looking kick. Zitko takes the mark. And this will be the first shot on goal. It's a good disciplined display there by Habib. Centering the ball up. And Mario Zitko. A goal quicker for the North Geelong side. Will have the kick from about 15 metres out. He's not far off directly in front. And you would think bread and butter for this player. Mario Zitko. Comes in now. Approaching the point of kicking here. Kicks on the way. Umpire said that's good enough. And that's the first goal to the North Geelong side. And Mario Zitko starts the scoreboard on now. And it's 1 goal, North Geelong. They lead the Anakie side yet to score. And we've just ticked over 3 minutes first quarter of Victory Trophy scoreboard.
That's a good start, Laurie. I think you allude many times to scoreboard pressure, and that's probably the key to North Geelong if they can do that.
Certainly, and Jason Habib, he's probably a fringe player too, Eric, trying to get into play in these finals, and that won't do his cause any harm. He went after that ball hard, broke the tackle, set up into the hot spot. Lovely kick and good football from the North Geelong side.
So back in the middle with the umpire. We've been playing 3.5 minutes in this first quarter. Round 18, final home and away game for the season as the umpire moves to the circle again. Puts it in the air, the ball up high. Neither ruckman get a tap on it. Comes back into the circle. Rose, strong tackle on Lazarick there. And former interleague teammates now playing against one another, of course. As the umpire will do a repeat performance. Still in the middle of the ground. This time Djokovic, good tap down. Goes to, that was Fitzsimmons, got it forward. And Friars, handball, goes backwards. Gee, they're under a bit of pressure, North Geelong. Anakie tackling hard, but the ball's coming back to Rowe. Eludes a tackle on that occasion. Now the chip kick, lovely kick. As, well, no, the umpire didn't pay the mark. Gee, they're going to earn them today as the ball picked up and driven into the full forward area. In front there was Habib, can't take the mark. Picking up the crumbs there is Whitehall for the Anakie side. He's looked for the safety of the boundary and found it. And at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, it's 1 goal North Geelong, Anakie yet to score.
Ball on the half forward line here for the North Geelong side. They're into attack. In ruck, we've got Habib doing some work against Purvis. Purvis doing the tap. Habib cleans up though, takes possession, kicks the ball quickly forward. And again, the ball will run over the boundary line. We're about 5 metres around from the point post here at North Geelong. And North Geelong deep into attack. Jason Habib and Allsop in the vicinity of the ruck work, but I think Habib will take it. Purvis doing the work for the Anakie side. Ball's thrown back into play. Purvis with good body puts himself in front and comes to the front. There's a kick off the ground and it's by Allsop, but it's been awarded a free kick for kicking in danger. And the ball will be cleared by the Anakie side. Just poor kick coming out. Finds Michael Rowe just inside 50. Centres the ball up and finds Scan. Scan by hand goes to Alford. Alford kicks the ball forward again. This time Allsop in place, but ball eludes him. Goes to the point of the goal square and it's tapped through by Berg. And a point to the North Geelong side. They move to 1-1, 7 points. They lead Anakie yet to score.
I don't think there's any wind really assisting either end, do you think?
Do you reckon? I don't think so, Loz. Do you reckon Allsop's playing far too close to the square?
Yeah, definitely.
He should be out on the 50-metre arc, surely. But from the kick in, the ball has got to centre wing for Anakie. Now they're clear if the ball bounces kindly, and it doesn't. So unfortunately, Carter under a bit of pressure, and Barnett plays well every time we come here. He's chipped it across into the corridor. Lovely kick, safe kick, and found a teammate there in Swenison. He chips it further forward, found Fitzsimmons, and in the middle of the Osborne Park Oval, Fitzsimmons now called to play on, went wide, and the kick is wide to Zitko in front. Good chest mark, and I think you're going to have to pay him a bit more attention than that, because given that much latitude, he's going to get it almost every time. Thinks about what he's going to do. Hooks it back inside the corridor. Rowe at the back. Can't take the mark. Off hands. Picked up by Berg. He's gone very wide. Mark dropped there by Munns. They can't afford to do that, Anakie. If they're going to win the game, they've got to be clear, clean and precise in their movement. And dropping chest marks isn't part and parcel of that. Laurie, you agree with that?
Definitely not. They've got to do everything right today, Eric, and got to put as much score on as they can and find their targets every time they go forward.
So 1-1-7 North, Anakie yet to score. 7 minutes gone first quarter.
Ball's on the centre wing and a free kick's been awarded to Angelkovic here in the ruck contest.
Over the shoulder, I think, Smithy.
Was it? That's a good spot there, Laurie. And the ball, Jankovic's cleaned the ball up and kicked towards the centre of the ground. Rose under pressure with the spoiling Anakie player coming over the top. And that's Mulder. Mulder takes the ball through the centre, but Alford's intercepted the ball, goes by hand to Allsop. He's just inside the square, kick round the corner, goes to Manning. Manning goes back to Allsop by hand and then puts a shepherd on. Allsop now within range at 45, closes, kicks on goal. Doesn't quite make the distance, and it's spoiled in the points vicinity, but it's cleaned up again by Anakie and taken away by Whitehall. He goes wide, but too wide, and he's put the ball, unfortunately, over the boundary line. It's outside 50, so it'll take 2 kicks to get that back into the shot on goal for the North Geelong side, but this bloke here can put it anywhere in the vicinity. Allsop goes on quickly, but he's called back again, which is just as well because he picked out Sean Davis of the Anakie side at centre half back. So Allsop again with possession of the ball. He's just outside the 50-metre zone. Another short kick this time, back to the same spot. Coming forward, a good tackle on the ball by Alzinger, but the ball's hit the ground. Cleaned up by Friars, there it was, and put to the point of the square. Habib's now got control of the ball, kicks a shot up in the air, and it has gone through.
You can't do that.
Jason Habib,
Oh,
1 goal.
what a goal.
Takes the North Geelong side to 2 goals, 1-13, and they lead Anakie yet to score. We've ticked just over 8.5 minutes in the first quarter Victory Trophy scoreboard.
They're the team lifters you want, Laurie. That was an impossible goal.
Yeah, certainly, Eric. And I said, as I just said before, I think he might be trying to stake a claim for a game in the finals because last year I thought his performance at St Albans wasn't all the best, and today he started off beautifully, and that's what you've got to do. That puts pressure on the whole team.
So the ball now back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. A good start from North Geelong, 2-1-0 in the first 9 minutes, and the ruckman are get ready to do battle once again. And Djokovic and Purvis. Strength wins that one for Purvis, but Alford doing very well at ground level. Handball not to advantage. Picked up by Markham for Anakie. He's tackled in the way, and Djokovic. Quick kick towards centre half forward. number of Anakie players there, not many for North, but the bounce favours Allsop. A long handball out to Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons on the right boot has Zitko. He's half forward, takes the mark, plays on quickly, heads goalwards. A long kick to the head of the goal square. It's past that. Smith can't take the mark from behind. He comes back. Beautiful little tap to Michael Rowe. Rowe is alluded to. Tackles, run to the goal square, and he doesn't miss him from there, Michael Rowe. And that's the third goal for the North Geelong side. First for Michael Rowe. And just that huge acceleration, the first couple of paces for Michael Rowe, got him into the goal square. So at the 10-minute mark of the first quarter, North Geelong 3-1-19. Anakie yet to score. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, well, a typical Michael Rowe goal there. He worked hard there, used his pace, got into the position to kick a beautiful goal. He squeezed the angle up a little bit, but as soon as he kicked it, he knew he'd kicked that goal. Zitko's causing him some worry. It's a mismatch there. Someone else has got to have a bit of a dash there, I think, and otherwise they're going to come to the pieces. North Geelong.
Yeah, I think he just needs someone a bit taller to play on him, actually. He gives away height, but he's a great overhead mark.
He's got good body strength too.
Certainly has. Yep, back in the centre of the ground, Purvis and then Jelkovic again, and Jelkovic swings in the air but gets a small knockdown. Lazarus cleans up, goes over the top and handball straight to Scown. Scown with another, probably a poor kick, gets to the centre wing. Berg picks the ball up, goes forward, finds Rickett. Rickett on the left side, goes forward again, kicks right. Ianella in front of King, and Ianella kicks, plays on quickly now, goes back towards the centre of the ground, and has found Paul McMurrick, probably 25 metres out from goal, and directly in front. So good quick play by Ianella, saw the player, centred the ball up nicely.
Bit of a goal sneak. Last time we saw these fellas, I think, Laurie, but not happy to have a go.
Oh, a bit of it's back with it's a short kick, but it hasn't come off. The kick was to Berg, but it's cleaned up by Norris. He's tackled while the ball's in the ground. Barnett comes in. Unfortunately, the ball's knocked clear again. Norris again with good clean ball handling, picks the ball up, kicks round the corner, but Purvis has placed himself underneath the ball and marks just outside the 50-metre zone for the Anakie side. This kick to put them back into an attacking position now. Purvis with a long left foot kick goes towards the full forward position, but comes through with King. Handball from Swennerson to Elzinger. Elzinger goes outside 50 and finds the North Geelong player who clears the ball now. Forward goes to Michael Rowe. Rowe running the other way, picks up the ball, has Allsop loose, goes longer, looking for Fitzsimmons on a good lead and takes a good mark in the forward pocket. Probably more closer to the half-forward line here, Fitzsimmons, but that was a nice, good, clean grab there. And good play from the North Geelong side. Move the ball quickly down the field.
Yeah, good player, this boy, as well.
Allsop's got himself away now here. If they go to him short, he's by himself. He's placed himself well. But Fitzsimmons is going to take it upon himself, I think, to have a shot. He'd be 40 metres out. 45-degree angle. We're nearly right behind the flight of the ball here. In he comes, Derek Fitzsimmons. Runs in. Comes over 50. Kick won't make the distance into the goal square. Oh, it's a good mark. I reckon that'd be Zitko, wouldn't it?
Well, it was a good push at the back as well.
I think he blinded. The umpire was directly in line with that, and I don't think he saw him. So Mario Zitko is marked in between the goal line and the point post. Only to probably 4 or 5 metres out.
Oh, he loves these, though.
He'll run round. He's got to run round.
Especially with the camera on him.
He hasn't moved off that line yet. Here he comes. He's pointing. He knows where he wants to go. Collins is jumping around beside it. But Mario Zitko comes in. Bit of a skew around the corner. I think that's missed. It has. That's one behind to Mario Zitko and takes North Geelong to 3 goals, 2-20. Anakie have yet to score, and we've gone 13 minutes into the first quarter here at North Geelong Oval. And Damien Berg quickly plays on, kicks to himself, and then goes wide out towards the wing. In behind is Manning. In also attention is Alford, but it's clean up in front and tripped back to the centre of the ground where Elzinger takes the ball. He goes quickly by foot, looking for Fitzsimmons again. Attacks the ball, but it's well cut off by Berg. Knocked back to the centre or the halfback line and kicks it out aside the 50 now, and it's cleaned up again. Alan Alford having another good day already today. Goes back towards the centre with a nice kick. Finds Smith working his way down the ground. Smith just outside 50. Goes onto his left foot. Now drives the ball forward. Has Rowe. 2-on-1 situation, but Rowe comes through the middle of the two players that Anakie standing back looking. Could have been a water free, and he has been. Yes, holding the man there. He didn't have the ball. It was knocked out in the flight.
I think he made sure the umpire saw it as well.
I think Rowe's here to play today too.
Yep.
He's had 6 kicks already.
Footballer. So Michael Rowe, 40 metres out, I reckon he would be. Deep in the pocket there, and he's coming in. Kick will get to the point of the square. It's floating back. It's going to be knocked through for a rush behind to the North Geelong side. Takes them along to 3 goals, 3. That's 21. Anakie again yet to score. And we've travelled just over 14 minutes into the first quarter Victory Trophy scoreboard.
Laurie, I reckon being out in the ground before the game, if anything, the slight bruise across the ground is favouring the northern end to which Anakie are kicking. So
Well, they better get a reel on.
they would need to, as the ball is in the back pocket. Anakie have had 2 kicks from the kick in. It's still only 40 metres from the behind post. So they need to get the ball moving. Now they've done that. Wide numbers with North Geelong out there. Doing the roving was Angelkovic. Hooks it back in board. Elzinga on his own. Nobody within a mile of him. Plays on quickly with a hand to Swenison, who's a long way up the ground. Barnett's a long way further up the ground for a half-back flanker. He's taken the mark inside forward 50. So North Geelong pushing forward. There's only 6 players backward of the centre at the present moment in the game. So all of the players, apart from 6, are in the forward 50 for North Geelong. But Chris Barnett doesn't kick a lot of goals, has he? I think he's missed to the right-hand side with this one as well. So opportunity gone begging there, perhaps for North Geelong. But they've had all the play. They're 3 goals, 4-22. Anakie yet to score. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 15 and a half minutes gone. Justin Tate to do the kick in. Haven't sighted Tatey.
I had a look there before and I thought, well, Tatey can't stay at full forward while this is going on. He's moved himself up the ground, which is good.
So Tate now decides to kick the ball long. It is a long kick. The bit of bruise has helped that. It's in the middle of the ground. That's a terrific one grab mark there by Gary Rickett. Rickett now goes a little wide, looking for the run there of Berg. If the ball bounces kindly, he can run onto it. It does. Picks it up, hooks it around the body towards half forward. There's basically 2 kicks. That's got to be a free kick to Matheson, surely. Just absolutely dragged off out of the contest by one arm. Umpire didn't see it that way, however, and the ball is out of bounds. Drifted over the line. Boundary umpire, see the ball move quickly there, and the boundary umpire still at half forward at the other end, I think, as he now arrives at the scene and about to bring the ball back in to play. Angelkovic forward. Rickett, handball out to Berg for Anakie, hooks it around the body, looking for a teammate up there. They can't control it, however, and 16 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter. 3-4-22 North. Anakie yet to score. An opportunity here, perhaps.
Balls into attack, as Eric has just said. About 10 metres round from the point post here. Anakie deep into attack. Ruckman go at it, and Angelkovic knocks the ball down. The ball's... well, it's been dived on there, but the free kick has been awarded. It goes to North Geelong, and it's Barnett that's awarded the free kick. He goes by hand, wide to the pocket. Smith picks up the ball, and it goes even wider on the outside 50 to Alan Elford, but the ball has travelled outside the boundary line and out of bounds. And the free kick to be taken by Davis outside 50 metre zone here.
Since there's just a bit of pressure in the game, Laurie, is that, or am I imagining it?
Oh, look, I'm not sure. I'd like to see if it was a bit. If they could snare a goal, they'd put a bit of pressure on North, Eric. But I think they're running pretty. They're taking risks. They're running from in the back into the forward. They're covering a bit of ground, and also I think they're pretty confident the way the game's going.
So Collins to take the rewarding free kick, goes short, goes over the top of Berg, and Tate presents up the ground well in front of Swenison, I think it is. No, it's Smith on the mark there. And Tate goes quickly, looking for Rickett. Drew centre half forward position. He's taken the mark. Has players running past but ignores him. Goes short again by foot. A poor kick, Ian Ella. Clean pants in possession. Picks the ball up, and it's kicked forward by McMurray. And a short 10-metre kick has found the Anakie player, which would be 35 metres out directly in front. And that is, I think, Corey Collins has taken the mark.
Spot on. Yep, you're right.
So Corey Collins.
Loves a goal.
Yes. So Corey Collins has Anakie's first opportunity here to kick a goal and put them on the scoreboard. So Collins moves in, comes to 40, kicks on the way. It's a poor looking kick again. Hasn't made the distance. Actually, it's hit the goal post, and it's one behind to Corey Collins, and Anakie's first score of the afternoon. They have got now 1 point. They trail North Geelong 3 goals 4, and Matty King to bring the ball back into play. So King's looking for someone to kick to. Kicks to himself, plays on. Now he goes short with Elzinga. He's found himself just inside the 50-metre zone. Half-back flank. Goes over the top by hand. Finds Scown. Scown with a kick towards centre half forward. Has Fryers running back on towards the ball. He's hotly pressed there by the McNamara, who's just come onto the ground just recently. Goes back and finds Alford. Alford, quick kick round the corner, puts it back into the hot spot. Habib taps the ball brilliantly over the top to Scown running through. Has an opportunity to barge his way down, puts his head down, handballs to Rowan. Rowe has kicked his second goal for the afternoon and the Magpies' 4th goal, and they now move to 4 goals 4. 28, Eric? Thank you. Is that right?
Spot on.
Good on you. Thank you for that. I was just waiting for some confirmation there. They lead Anakie 1 behind, and we've travelled nearly 20 minutes first quarter Victory Trophy scoreboard.
Laurie, I'm sure you saw as I did. Brad Scown took a handball at the defensive 50, and he gave a handball then in the forward goal square. Huge running effort from him.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, and you can see North are prepared to run, Eric, and fill up the gaps there. Troy Alzinger must think it's his birthday out there. No one's even going near him, and you've got to start picking up your men and put a little bit of pressure on. Anakie look a little bit better now. The Tatey's gone onto the ball a little bit.
So the ball back in the middle. 20 minutes gone first quarter, all North Geelong so far. And obviously they'll be looking to make every post a winner here in this game to consolidate the double chance. Tapped down there by Angelkovic. Alzinger grabbed high and wasn't too impressed, but the game has continued. As coming through strongly there was Norrish, a long kick to half forward. Coming out there is Smith, having an odd run on the ball, but he's back in the forward line now. Can't control that one. And it's picked up there by Hartles. His long kick out of defence has gone towards defensive centre wing. It is in fact out on the full. I think it's out on the full. So Chris Nolan, perhaps, in fact, he didn't want to kick it. And over there was Alford, but the umpire has directed that it go. Still, the umpire won't let it rest. So it's gone back to Nolan for North Geelong. And he takes the ensuing free kick towards the half-forward line. High, wide and handsome. Manning in front of the pack. Handball to Alford. He's having a birthday too, I think, but kick not the best on that occasion. And marked in the defensive area by Davis for Anakie. His kick towards the centre line. Alford again in front. Picked up the crumbs, handball to Manning. Manning's immediately tackled. Fryers picks up the ball, charges through 2 tackles. They can't get past the third, however. And Anakie, they're under pressure now. There's some good tackling and some good defensive work here by both sides. And finally, the ball, great tackle again. Gee whiz, that was one of those rugby tackles from last week. Now it stacks on the mill. Come on, umpire, what are we going to do? He's letting it go, and Angelkovic got the handball out. Lazaric overran the footy. Alford didn't. He kicks to half forward. Habib, almost a miraculous mark there ahead of Davis. And the Anakie defence under real pressure. Smith picked it up inside forward 50, goes towards the full forward area. Can't take the mark is Zitko. He follows up. Now a bit of a misunderstanding by the North Geelong players there. And maybe Allsop was the go-to there. He was heading toward goal, should have gone through. Nobody got it. Now it stacks on the mill. And at the 22-minute mark, North Geelong 4-4 lead Anakie, 1 behind. Ball about to be thrown up.
Ball's thrown back into the air, and Habib and Purvis go at it. Picked up by Markham coming through. Doesn't quite get an effective kick, but Collins has made it good by picking the ball up. Tries to knock it through now, and it's a bit of a scrum here, but we finally got the ball out. Markham again. That's Rowan Markham. Gets a scrambler kick forward, but it goes to the advantage of the Anakie side. Picked up, I think, by Rickett. Doesn't take quick possession of it. And Jelkovic now has the ball. Goes short inside 50, finds Manning. Manning now plays on to his right foot, goes towards the square. Smith, Zitko are there. Zitko pushes the man underneath the ball, and now the ball is knocked through for another behind to the North Geelong side. They move to 4-5. They still lead the Anakie side, 1 behind.
I think Zitko might have a new opponent. He had a number of muns on him there just a moment ago, whether he's going to run with him or not. It might be a good move, that.
Ball to be brought back into play here. We're going long. Ball comes to outside 50. Fitzsimmons in front of Rickett. And Rickett over the top gets the ball to the front of the pack. Picked up by McMurray, I think it is, and brings the ball out towards the centre wing. Scown by himself. Can he get there before it goes over the boundary line? Yes, he will. Turns round, looks up the field. Close kick towards the boundary line, but unfortunately, again for the Magpies, it goes out of bounds just in front of Zitko on the half-back line. So Anakie now to relieve some pressure. Rorting free kick goes to Whitehall. Whitehall looking for options down the field, doesn't have a lot there. Now he goes to the longer option. Reece Norris is in front of the pack, goes underneath the ball, spoiled by Nolan over the back. Back to Angelkovic, who picks the ball up, quick hands, goes to Nolan. Oh, he does it well, gets around a player, then tries to bounce. Not so clever, but does it twice, gets around another player. Fitzsimmons by hand, goes out wide, finds Scan by foot, and now Scan plays on quickly. Habib with a mark, good pressure from Berg. Umpire's called to play on, probably could have been played a mark, and now it's going to be a ball up. Probably a bit unlucky there, Jason Habib. That was probably a clean grab, I would have thought. But
well, I think neither umpire had control. One was going and the other was hadn't come into position.
So we're inside 50. Habib to do the ruck work against Purvis. Jumps up, tapped forward by Rowe. We're playing aerial ping pong here, but Manning kicks the ball up. He's played a bit better today, getting a few more possessions, which will be pleasing for the Magpies. But his kick, unfortunately, has gone out of the boundary line and over the boundary line about 20 metres around from the behind post.
Yeah, Shane Manning's had 5 touches, 3 kicks and 2 handballs, so that's good. Good start for him and the north side.
It's interesting, the structure, Laurie. I would have thought Allsop and Zitko a bit further away from goal, but they're both playing pretty close.
Ball's thrown back into play. It's tapped away by Purvis. Unfortunately, it hasn't gone to another Anakie player because North Geelong with numbers have picked the ball up and handballed forward. It's gone to the just outside the centre square, picked up by Davis by hand. Tackle from Smith brings the Anakie player to the ground, cleaned up again. And we've got a bit of a congestion of players here just outside the 10-metre square. Umpire's given a free kick, and it's going to go to Whitehall again for an in-the-back decision.
Yeah, they'll go and nowhere with those short handballs there, though, Smithy, and they're under a little bit of pressure in that back half, Anakie.
I think we're looking for the blood rule here. Shannon Whitehall has got the free kick. Blood rule has been ordered. Play has now stopped. We're just waiting for this play to be interchanged. Coming onto the ground with Mick Markham. But Anakie 25 metres out directly in front of the North Geelong goal here. We'll try and relieve some pressure now. Player coming off is James Hartles, so Markham comes onto the ground. Now we're back with Whitehall. Kicks the ball, goes short over the top looking for Collins, who makes good ground. Unfortunately, he's going to be paid the free kick. He'll have to take it back because I thought that was a bit lucky actually. So the ball to come back to Corey Collins. He's just outside the 50-metre zone.
I guess it's easy to be critical, Dale, but they really need to set their standards, the umpires. Like if that was a mark, Habib's was a better mark.
Definitely.
And
so.
you know, the players get frustrated when they're inconsistent in that vein.
I think it was just a matter of he thought he was going to make it easy and preempted the fact that he was going to do that, and you can't do that.
Not at all. Corey Collins goes short and wider and pushing down the ground. I think is McNamara. No, it's not. McNamara's in towards the centre of the ground, so it's still in control. Anakie outside the 50-metre zone and looking to bring the ball forward again. Another short kick. This time Rickett presents up the ground and he's taken a mark. Turns round, goes towards centre half forward. Poor kick, and then Djokovic is taking the relieving mark just short of the centre half back position. And Djokovic tweaks towards the centre of the ground. It's a dangerous kick and it hasn't come off because Ricketts has intercepted the goal. The kick going through and it goes forward quickly, but unfortunately Swennerson in front of Tate and he takes the mark. Again, just right on the 50-metre zone, half back flank. Swennerson goes short over the top. It's another poor looking kick from the North Geelong side and that's gone out of bounds just between the half forward flank and the centre wing for the Anakie side.
Well, at 27-minute mark, Laurie, it started off with a bit of sparkle the game, but it seems to have degenerated in perhaps the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it has, Eric. Anakie under pressure, they can't get a clear, decisive move to go forward, and their handballs are short and not getting their targets and causing ball-ups.
So from the throw-in, finally end up coming to Collins. He does get a foot to the football. Umpire shepherded Michael Rowe away from the footy, but he's good enough to get back at it. He's got hold of the footy, he's tackled immediately. Now just outside forward 50. Picked up there by Markham. Handball over to Carter for Anakie. He's gone goalwards with the long kick. A wrestle there from the two players going for the mark. And the ball's taken a right-hand turn. And Adrian Carter from outside 50 has kicked the first goal for Anakie. Well, luck is a fortune, but it's on the board. 1 goal, 1-7 Anakie. They trail North Geelong 4-5-29 Victory Trophies. First quarter scoreboard, 28 minutes gone. And perhaps they allow wrestling these days, Loz. No free kick.
Well, I don't know what the rules are there, but in my opinion, that was definitely a free kick to Anakie. So it was a bit of justice there that it did roll through and kick a goal, because I don't think you're allowed to do that, are you?
Yeah. He might have thought they were both doing it, so he might have just allowed play to go on, which might have been a good decision.
I think that's probably really his decision, yeah, and we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
So the ball now being...
It's a good decision whichever way it went.
See, I'll tell you one thing I would like to see. I see Toothy Moore doing the running for Anakie. I'd like to see Dick doing the running for North Geelong.
Yes, a sight to behold, wouldn't it?
I think that should be bet we have one day. Get him out here in a pair of shorts on. What do you reckon?
So at the 29-minute mark in the first quarter, in the middle again, Purvis and Djokovic both hit the footy. Goes to Fries. He can't get clear. Still in the vicinity of the centre circle. Umpire whistles on play, and the ball will be put in the air again as Lazarick and Fries exchange pleasantries. Neither ruckman get the tap down. Lazarick tries to pick it up and burst his way through. Can't do so. finally, well, there's some huge tackling there. Coming through strongly was Fitzsimmons for North Geelong on the left foot towards half forward. A little nudge out on that occasion by McNamara, and McNamara of Anakie has taken the mark centre half back. Goes very wide. Mark taken out there for Anakie. That was Mulder. He's kicked it. Oh, shocker. Out of bounds on the full by a fair margin. And they're ringing the changes here, the Anakie side, as Purvis comes off for a rest. I don't know about his replacement. Surely he's not a ruckman.
I think Tatey must be going to the ruck, hopefully.
You'd hope so, because the replacement there, Michael Rowe, had the free kick. Not a good kick. Manning makes it good. Handball to Angelkovic. Angelkovic, the long kick to centre half forward. Well, numbers are with Anakie, but there's a downfield free kick.
Against Markham on the far wing. He was having a bit of a to and fro with Chris Fryers. He's still going at it now.
So the relayed free kick now is with Paul Smith. The man on the mark's at 40 metres from goal, and into probably a slight breeze. It'll take a very good kick from Smith. He's moved in, hasn't hit the ball very well. It's going to land at the head of the goal square. Roving behind the pack is Jason Habib. He's hooked it around the body. That's a pretty good-looking kick, and if Barry O'Toole is any indication, Jason Habib has kicked that goal without any doubt. That's his second for the day, and a very good return already for Jason Habib. And he's causing some headaches in that forward half for the Anakie defence. 5 goals, 5, North Geelong 35. They lead Anakie 1-1-7. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 31 minutes.
Chris Fry's coming off the blood rule.
Yeah, well, it's Murphy's Law, Eric. Jason Habib, most times I do his stats today. I thought Shane Allsop's been so good, I'll do his. And Shane Allsop's had 2 kicks and Jason Habib starring, so you can't get it right.
So the interchange has been made with Chris Fryers coming off the ground and Brendan Kennedy coming on, but the ball's back in the centre of the ground with the umpire. And Jelkovic to do the ruck work, and he's going up against Hooper. So they've made a change there, the Anakie side. Purvis has rucked for the first quarter, and Jelkovic continued to do his work, but he wins a tap, but it taps it straight to Berg. He can't get a free kick or a handball away. Michael Rowe has a chance to clean up, and he does so with the handball out wide to Nolan running through the centre of the ground. He goes forward. Habib again. The big frame Habib comes down the ground and takes a good strong mark.
Yeah, he's
so Jason Habib
likely to kick this. He's a very, very good kick for goal, Laurie, isn't he?
He certainly is. There's no doubt about that. That's why they like to have him forward, Eric, because he's only got to get 3 touches or 4 touches for the day, and he'll kick you 4 goals.
The other thing is Allsop's standing right beside him, so if he's not too confident, I can see the handball being flicked out here. But Jason Habib,
Shane's even worrying that, Dale.
He must know him. He must like him. Like his chances here, Hab. So Jason Habib comes in. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. It's going to drift across the front of the goal though, and it's going through for 1 behind.
Bit of breeze up there.
Jason Habib has started the afternoon fairly well. That's his first behind for the day, and Anakie now moved. North Geelong to 5 goals 6. They lead Anakie 1 goals 1.
Stevie Bowman
32 minutes gone in this first quarter, so we might have one of those 38-minute quarters again by the sounds of things, boys.
Perhaps the timekeepers here don't see eye to eye, and that's how we get the long quarter. It has blown the siren. It is quarter time here at Osborne Park, and the score at quarter time reads North Geelong 5 goals 6, 36, leading Anakie 1 goal 1, 7. Goal kickers for North Geelong: 2 to Michael Rowe, 2 to Jason Habib, and 1 to Mario Zitko. And the sole goal kicker for Anakie is Adrian Carter. It is quarter time, as we've said. 5-6, 36 North, lead Anakie 1-1-7. We go to a break.